Yeah, I think with Mars Rubik, I thought like Medusa TB are kind of like you don't necessarily want to pick those. Like the Terrorblade is not great at all against Rubik. I think Rubik is one of the best lane counters to the hero because of the Fate Bolt scaling damage.
Yep.
And Mars obviously Spear, even if it's just used for harass, very powerful tool in the lane. Though Fnatic Visage is a pretty interesting pick in terms of how it actually doesn't really play along the lines of the Pango early on, but when we hit the mid game phase, Visage, Pango, Primal Beast, a lot of lockdown with damage. So they all kind of sip together nicely if they're the ones able to initiate.
I mean, with the Visage or with the Pango with the Visage, you just want to wait for the Visage to get level 6. Because if you would rotate earlier, even if you would get kills, it wouldn't result in a tower unless you time it
Exactly.
perfectly with like the siege creep. But
Yep.
on the first siege creep, you might not have level 6 yourself. On the second one, Visage will have his. But as soon as the Visage is level 6, that is when the rotations from the Pango towards the Visage are going to start. And you're probably going to be doing it for the majority of the game because Visage is not mobile around the map. He likes to stay in one place, and Pango likes to run around. So it does make sense that they're going to be playing together because Visage is the one that is going to be finishing people off.
Exactly. That's why I was kind of bringing up the theme of Pango level 8, level 9, Visage also like
Yeah.
level 10, level 11 is kind of where he would like to be with someone cuz hero kills start to be worth a lot of experience. To get that level 12 fast on Visage usually either comes from fighting with someone but not fully going on to 5 versus 5 like battles. That's where a low level Visage is. It just feels a bit useless. It's like, why are you even here? It's like, just go push out a lane maybe. Like you said, he's very he's not mobile, so he would like to stay in one place, push out the lane, live in the lane, kind of like the Beastmasters, kind of like the Night Stalkers do. They sit in the lane for a very long period of time to max out their experience gain, the amount of gold they can accumulate to get those next items that allow them to then finally join in with the team. So a bit different in terms of the offlaners. But already jumping onward in the draft, the Ember Spirit for Neon.Atomic. So you have a playmaking hero that works well with Mars and Rubik.
And also you have a hero that deals well with illusions so that Fnatic cannot pull like a PL. PL wouldn't have a good time in the lane, but when you look at Disruptor, Mars, Rubik, I mean, he crushes all of them. I think the best hero for Fnatic would most likely be the Jug. It's somewhat risky to go for it in a sense if things start going south. You don't really have someone to stay in front, and you don't have a lot of heroes to make plays with. But you've drafted yourself in a situation like that, so you take the Jug and you make sure that your lanes don't go that badly. Jug Enchantress shouldn't have much issue. Pango would do well in the mid lane against the Ember. Primal Beast and the Visage should do fine, and then the Jug is good against all 4 of these heroes. Okay.
Yep. Lane counter against the Mars will give you a bit of a more stable lane for Fnatic. But could this be a DJ Monkey King? Primal Pango Visage cores could also be something I'm looking at. Obviously, Monkey King carry is the thing you're looking for here. Obviously, Neon.Atomic thinking the same thing. But I'm just throwing it out there.
I like the Monkey King more than I like the Jug, actually. You have a Visage, that's a fat frontliner that stands in place that the enemies want to initiate on. You can be there to protect him. Your laning stage, you actually have kill potential now between the Enchantress and the Monkey King. And we are going to be seeing a Lina. The thing is it going to be... Okay, it is going to be a mid Lina with with an Ember in the safe lane. I thought maybe we were going to see a safe lane Lina again, but no such luck.
Ember and the Lina. Yeah, it would have been nice to see a safe lane Lina, not gonna lie. I think that's one of the heroes that I enjoy watching at the current meta is bringing out this Lina into a carry role instead of the mid lane Lina that we see. But I'll throw you a question: right click Lina or spellcaster Lina?
Currently right click Lina. I think Spellcaster Lina, especially in this game, doesn't make much sense. Your main target is going to be the Visage, and the Gravekeeper's Cloak is something you don't like playing against. So, especially in this game, but currently in the meta, you're seeing people go more for the right-click build because you need the BKB, and then it just feels more natural to go for the Shadow Blade build.
Yeah, it is. it is definitely a build where the most of the Linas are like, well, this is the one you go for. But during TI, we saw a couple of Flame Cloak Linas, especially if there was like an Undying against you, and you could do 80% with one Laguna Blade and kill him off with a Dragon Slave when you pop the Flame Cloak, where the Aghanims on the Lina was super, super good against these tanky offlaners and get them out of the way, because they knew that Undying is going to be a nuisance eventually. Like the sustain the hero brings during team fights, getting close on you with the Flesh Golem, giving that amp damage. You just didn't want to deal with it, and you went for the Flame Cloak on the Lina after that. So we'll see if JG considers something similar, that he wants to keep a distance, either throwing right clicks or having more mobility and being able to cast abilities while having that unobstructed movement with Flame Cloak, where you're technically flying in the air. I think it was 6 seconds duration?
6 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, so during 6 seconds, you can move a lot of cliffs. You can go high ground, low ground, high ground, juke your opponents, do whatever you want. But we'll see, as that will be revealed in time. Game number 2, Fnatic versus Neon.Atomic. And Atomic, known to take these ties from one series to another, definitely capable of doing it. So do you think they have a better chance here than they did in Game 1? Or does this look, again, like a Fnatic outdraft to you?
No, this is not a Fnatic outdraft. I would still slightly prefer Fnatic's draft, but Neon.Atomic have all the tools to win the game. There is always going to be a part of the match where you're stronger, a part of the match where you can get a kill, a situation where the Mars initiates better and you just kill someone before Fnatic can respond. So this time around, you have something to play with, and you have different cores, Lina and the Ember, applying damage in different ways. So it's not like your whole carry potential is going to be countered just by the Pudge with the BKB, right? The last game, Pudge has a BKB, he jumps into the OD and the Naga Siren, and they both die. Now, that cannot happen. I still prefer Fnatic's lineup. I think the last pick, Monkey King, was the perfect fit. I actually forgot about the hero completely. Jug would have been good, but just as not as good as the Monkey King, because this hero provides more possibilities to get kills, which is something that Fnatic was lacking slightly. Plus, it's an even stronger laning presence, especially against the Rubik. You know, Rubik with the Fade Bolt, he doesn't really reduce the damage of the Jingu stack. So still slightly favoring Fnatic, but Neon.Atomic, they drafted themselves into a possible success in this game number 2, unlike the first one.
I'm gonna throw in a interesting, well, not that interesting fact. This is probably just, you know, basic fluff talk as we're doing pause time. But I took all this time to count how many Iron Branches we actually have in this game. We have 19 out of the possible 60 inventory slots of Iron Branches. So 1/3 of the server filled with trees or extra trees.
Okay, that's actually quite nice.
Thank you, Armel.
It is. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, Panda. That wasn't my reaction. Next time I'll do better. But yeah, does make sense. The mid laners always have a ton of branches for sure, because this is the you only want to start with 3 tangos and you need the added regen. So most of those branches aren't gonna be turning out to be magic ones. They're just gonna be eaten.
What I want to see on Visage is what he has in his quick buy already in his inventory, the mangoes. We'll see how that laning trade works out for him. At least with the Slate, I don't think you can dodge Soul Assumption at all with the Slate, because the projectile is so slow. If it was a faster one, you might be able to disjoint it, at least with ease.
I'm confident you can, but it's not easy to do so. But still, in the side lane, there's gonna be a couple of
Gabby. Gonna dodge the LSA stun damage, but he's still looking very dead to me. Lucify with a couple important body blocks here. He's gonna secure the kill, as one of the high ground misses there from the Lina. Unfortunate for JG, but Fnatic starting off with their Monkey King killed already. Rubik up to 400 gold with that kill.
Very unfortunate for JG, because he started off with a stun. Even though you're playing against a melee hero, it's it's not the best spell to have because of its cooldown. So, you know, getting the Fiery Soul stacks with the Light Striker rate just isn't easy. So I'm gonna say the JG is gonna be kind of sad about that when you just cannot apply the same amount of pressure as you do with the Dragon Slave.
Yeah, it's true. You would like to have Dragon Slave level 1, as most Linas do, but at least with LSA, maybe it can be handy against ranged heroes. I feel like if Armel is in close melee range, well, in this case he can do it, but most of the time it's like, alright, where do I land the stun? Which creep does he want to get? At least he's not pushing the wave too much with the LSA. However, it is pushing right now. He's up to 6 CS. Bottom lane, Seri versus Gabby, Monkey King versus the Mars. Can go either way. This is basically where the Monkey King slash Ursa versus the Mars matchup is really skill dependent.
Yeah, but I mean, it's harder for it to go super well for the Monkey King. You usually don't want to jump straight onto the Mars because the only way that you're getting a kill is if he misses a spear. So that's usually not gonna happen. So if the Mars heavily loses this lane, it's because he made a mistake. But of course, with the Monkey King, you want to try to apply the pressure as much as you can.
Also, looking at the top lane, we see the Primal Beast, which we've talked about quite a lot, how powerful his level 3 is. Great to use on the Disruptor. Disruptor gonna have to live with an early glimpse point. Wouldn't be too surprised if he picks up level 2, as he does. But the charge from DJ comes in. KP also taking a beating here. Scotty Licious with a lot of right clicks, and the Soul Assumption will clean him out. He's already picked up that extra mango as well in his inventory. He hasn't had to use too much mana up till now. We'll give the first kill for Fnatic.
Man, these Visage players love the Soul Assumption that so much. His right click would have been enough for the kill there, but usually because it's such a small cooldown, when you're playing the Visage, you're spamming the Soul Assumption onto enemy heroes because you want it out as fast as possible. And KP in the end, he does get the kill on the top lane. So Fnatic get themselves on the board, and just before the 3-minute mark. So now the raindrops are gonna start coming out, so it's not gonna be that easy to get kills.
Yeah, we'll want to get that. JG misses the stun on Armel. Does get the swashbuckle burst onto the Lina. Couple of right clicks to follow. Armel very low on HP, but keeping up well in the CS department. They're going to find a Rubik kill meanwhile. It's going to be Gabby hunting him down with the Boundless Strike, providing him with the last hit.
Very nicely done there. One thing that we didn't mention is you can see how Neon.Atomic are trying to keep the Monkey King low. That is the way to play this lane, and then Gabby can go aggressive. The thing is, you're up against the Enchantress, so heals are gonna be there, and that is the main thing about these Ursas, Monkey King, Slarks, and heroes who like to constantly fight. It's just all about the region, and having the Enchantress allows you to have a little bit more of it than usual.
Scotty Licious picking up an early point as well in the Searing Chains. Hated, massive nuke coming in from KP. He's going to blow up this Disruptor on the next hit. Scotty Licious, with the help of Hated, actually takes down DJ first. Visage does drop quite low on mana. Able to use that Soul Assumption at least one more time. Has another Mango. And he will get his second kill. KP, though, Visage is somewhat difficult to CS with because every time you want to fight, usually creeps are getting involved. You're going to be missing out on CS. You're so focused on hitting the enemy because you want to start building up those charges. You're going to miss CS while prioritizing on a possible hero kill. It's not a guaranteed hero kill every time you start working all those charges. Hence why the Visage always falls behind in CS. I don't think I've seen a single Visage player be in the top 2 or top 3 last hitters. They always seem to fall at the bottom.
Yeah, if that happens, the game could just be over. You're gonna get a very early Wraith Pact, and you're never gonna be able to get killed. Also, I like KP's skill build in this one. He didn't go for the Grave Chill until he got level 4. He went 2 points into Gravekeeper's Cloak, understanding that the only damage output is gonna be from the Sleight of Fist and from the Thunder Strike, and between those two, your Cloak is just gonna be just gonna be getting new stacks over and over again, and you're basically not taking any damage.
Yeah, even with the Orb of Corrosion already finished on the Ember Spirit, who would love to keep poking with Slate. 50 mana per cast. And there's a Centaur enchanted by Januel, but is tossed away by Lucify, so Seri doesn't end up in trouble. Sadly, he is out of CS range, so Gabby has a free lane because of the Ench.
Yep, that's just how it goes. The Monk King is having an awesome time, and Mars just isn't. Usually a Mars Rubik lane does well, but this last pick Monkey King changed a lot. Oh, he almost killed the courier with Lucify, and he got stunned there. Jonah saves the courier, but he can't get the kill because of it.
Yep. And he's also forced out of the lane. Gabby is baiting with that Boundless Strike. Like, get out of my lane. You do not belong here. 3 points in Jingu Mastery. Glimpse comes out as Primal Beast goes for his full combo of Onslaught Trample. Easy for the Disruptor.
I mean, one of the reasons...
Scotty?
Yeah, not great, not great. I think what he did there is he didn't expect there to be 1 or 2 more steps with the Sleight of Fist, and then he was like, okay, this is not gonna connect, but it did in the end.
Enchant came so late here as Januel only just got it off cooldown. Gabby could be able to get his Jingu stacks. No, he doesn't. He's too far away, but in the top lane, diving under the tower with the help of Armel. They've already killed Scotty Licious. They're looking for Hated as well. Trying to run into the tree line. Feels like a desperate attempt for Hated to get out of there. He is going to still keep them behind him. He's leading the race. Oh, nice little moves here. Buying time. He's creating space. He will fall eventually. But when does he fall? Because even DJ with the trample can't quite chase him. KP with the right click finally got able to take him down. That spent a lot of time from them. JG is already hitting the tier 1 tower in the mid lane because of it.
Yep, as soon as you saw that chase being that long, you start pushing in the lane. You know that no one is going to be coming there very soon, and you already saw that the Pango was low on resources. So nice read from JG. Still, you do lose 2 heroes on top, but it's your towers that are being damaged and not the enemy. So the only thing that is going your way is the economy, and the tower damage can change that in the long run.
Seri pulling the creep wave here, but he wants to keep holding on to it, so Gabby is going to get a lot of free hits on him. Meanwhile, Rubik is also in trouble in the river, but there's backup showing. At the same time, JG will be able to take down the DD rune for himself. And both heroes survive. DJ looking for Hated, but JG going to look for the LSA stun, and you've got Glimpse in 5 seconds, so Primal Beast should not be able to escape. JG with this DD rune just punches too hard. No Glimpse needed.
At least they forced out the DD rune, so Armel can look to rotate towards the top lane. If that DD rune stayed in the bottle of Lina until she uses it, the Pango cannot leave the lane because the tower is just dead. So at least they forced it out for a support kill. You're not gonna be too mad about that one if you're the Primal Beast.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Gabby up to 57, last hits 21 denies. Seri with less than 30 CS, 2,500 currently. Top lane though, battle breaking loose once again. Glimpse doesn't get used as DJ was too close to Hated already. He's just sitting in the trees. Wouldn't have done anything for him there. Scotty Licious is starting to take some hits from these birds as well, but KP, whenever those birds are in trouble, stone form them up, heal them back to full. They don't have the nuke damage to clear them out as they fly back up.
Rubik smoked up himself and the Lina in the mid lane, but JG was like, no. Fnatic, you could see that as soon as that happened, they knew it was happening and they started pulling away from the top lane. Otherwise, they might have even dove the Ember and the Disruptor.
They just smoked outside of ward vision. Neon.Atomic gonna get surprised here. DJ charging in, but Scotty Licious has already level 6. It's almost level 7. Remnant jumped to safety. No catch this time.
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to get on top of him. Fnatic though, 1k gold lead. They're gonna be more than happy with that one. Gabby's having an awesome time, and the Echo Saber will be coming out at a good timing. That's gonna make it tough for the Lina, for pretty much anyone to play the game.
Lina pops Invis, teleports bottom. They want to surprise Gabby. Fnatic full teleports available. They're fighting in top already while the setup is happening here. Hated. We'll get the glimpse off, but the shield crash is going to be too much. KP still sitting in the lane. Gabby behind the tree line. Is he going to show himself now? This is the big, crucial decision-making moment because JG is moving away. Fnatic teleporting bottom. Armel is here. Lina's moving away.
You don't want to wait up for a big fight because you don't have the Wukong's command. If you do, then maybe you wait for the end to try diving.
Nice spear. Very nice spear from Seri. And we'll clear out the Enchantress.
Yeah, that's a nice one. I mean, Enchantress is... It's a type of hero that you want to be making these plays with. The thing is that Neon.Atomic's lineup has a lot of magical damage. And that is the thing. As soon as the Ench starts invading your jungle, you need to get her out. Because it's way too much vision that she's providing. So luckily for Neon.Atomic, at least in that regard, they're covered.
I'm going to ask you an opinion question. Should Lina, like Lion, when you kill with Laguna Blade, get a stack of something?
No.
Okay.
The reasoning is her kit is different. And wouldn't benefit too much from it. Or it would be too strong.
Yeah, I think it would be way too strong. A lot of battling happening here. They took down the Ember in the top lane, surprising Scottylicious in the easy camp, and also killing Hayden on the other side of the river. On Fnatic's side of the map as well. They're 3k ahead here at the first 12 minutes.
Top tower is under siege.
Gotcha.
Yep, and they'll take down the top tier one. This is the thing. The lineup of Fnatic, this is how they work. Classic Zoo lineup. You know, Visage is not the classic Zoo hero, but this is the way that you play. Pretty much like a Beastmaster, you stay on the top lane forever, and then there's constantly gonna be rotations towards him. Monkey King is pretty much self-sufficient and can escape, and you have the Enchantress to be in places where no one wants to be and just die. It's gonna happen again, but no one really cares.
He's gonna pop his heals, but just not enough against the Laguna Blade.
Doesn't it?
Speared onto the wall of the Colosseum.
Juno is gonna be the sacrificial lamb in his game. You're just gonna be running towards the enemies in areas that you expect Neon.Atomic to be, and then when they're not there, that's where the Monkey King plays a bit more defensively, and you continue to do this until Gabby says, okay, it's time for us to win this game right now.
Neon.Atomic able to take the bottom tier 1, but their mid-tier tower is in peril. Do they decide to defend it? It is falling too fast. Completely taken away as well. Scottylicious though, and with Gabby. Gabby gets the stun from Boundless, and DJ to pulverize. Finish him off. Beautiful. Lucify steals the pulverize and kills the Primal Beast with it. Now he has to survive against Gabby and KP, but also Armel wants a piece of that. Swashbuckles him too. A couple sword slashes and a few pistol shots.
Rubik looks like a scrawny guy, and then he picks up this beast and smashes him into the ground. So, you know, looks can be deceitful for sure.
He doesn't need his hands for it. I mean,
but he uses his hands.
But he uses his magical hands.
Okay. Okay, so I'm looking at Neon.Atomic, what they need to do, how they need to play. Every single time Enchantress shows on the map, you run in, you kill her, and then you smoke to the other part of the map. You rinse and repeat that. Your Mars isn't close to the Blink Dagger, so you just have to do it with multiple heroes.
That's not a successful Wukong's. KP a bit too late with the bird mini stuns there. Weren't able to lock down the Ember Spirit and blow him up. He had a Remnant already inside the tree line, so he slates and jumps away. So no ulti for the Monkey King. It's not the biggest ability baited out, but still an ultimate on cooldown. A fairly long one as well.
Poor Seri looking dead.
Not having fun. That's his first death, but he's also underfarmed.
Every single time that the Enchantress is showing like this on the map, this is
Wow, no. It's extended a bit too far. They have a sentry down the ground. Nice disarm. But it's not going to help, as JG also wants some of that. We'll take down Armel. Lina, the highest net worth hero on Atomic.
Bottom tower is being protect.
Man, but still, Neon.Atomic are sandwiched. Look at them. They're just surrounded from all sides because they're not dealing with the Enchantress. I'm just not seeing them getting any key kills in this game, and they are trying to get towards the BKB. Sure, Lina now, she is strong, but you need to find the way to make it work. At least more aggressive positioning with Lina on the bottom lane, at least, would make sense for the rest of the team to have any kind of chance.
Yeah, Gabby is also looking pretty scary on this Monkey King.
Bottom tower under
Of Corrosion, Echo Saber. He's got a lot of attack speed. He can build up those Jingu stacks super fast. And his Boundless Strike, level 4, he hits hard. The level difference between the MK and the Mars is also 4 levels. How does Seri get back in this game?
We're gonna have to talk about it. This is just what's gonna happen every single time. You're not even gonna catch the Monkey. Oh, maybe they do. Gabby's being a bit greedy.
He does not get to react fast enough, and he's gonna get stun lock. Mischief available, but he doesn't use it for the Laguna Blade. Doesn't use it at all.
top tower is under siege.
Could have maybe dodged the Laguna damage there and allowed Armel to join in. But since that never happens, Armel has no option but to just let him fall. It's a good pick for Atomic, but they're still falling behind every single minute. It feels like the economy is just turning in favor for Fnatic.
Gabby had all the info to dodge that one, so it was his fault. Jonuel was on the bottom lane, seeing that there was no one there. Should have been a red flag, but I think he got a little bit too relaxed given how well his game was going. So now it's gonna take some time for Fnatic to retake the top part of the map, and this is the time for Neon.Atomic to strike. And back to your question about the Mars, you don't really farm in this game. You try to get that Blink Dagger as fast as you can through kills, through creeps, it doesn't matter, and then you're always around the Lina. You need to make sure that she can dish out the damage.
Atomic setting up with 3 in mid. KP playing it safe. Doesn't want to cross that river, especially if JG's around the area, but you talked about taking the map back in control. DJ, he just goes there. No, he knows he can get out with Onslaught, as long as there's no glimpse going to be popped on top of him. Armel pushing out the top wave. Mid wave has been cleared out. They're moving towards the top side jungle. KP is like, we could also Roche. They are going to try it.
They're getting the Deso delivered to the Monkey King, and that is a big thing. Even the Lina, you know, as strong as she is currently, especially now with the DD, is in trouble. You get the Wukong Summon plus the Boundless Strike. If she doesn't pop the BKB before it, she's just dead.
Well, this has been a bit of a slugfest up till this point. Maybe with that Aegis, we'll see something to happen here. Lina with a DD rune trying to keep the mid wave pushed in and hit the tier 1 tower. Could be able to take it out, but Roshan is falling. JG to take it. Gabby secures a second life for himself. They do spot Scottylicious in the top lane. They've tried this once. They won't get a chance to attempt again.
Neon.Atomic getting something out of a bad situation. They knew with the mid lane tower being up that there's only one angle that they can approach the Roche Pit from. And going up against the Monkey King into a Roche Pit and the Pango, you know that you're gonna lose. So very nice play from them to get that mid lane tower down. And at least you're setting yourself up for success for maybe the future Roches. This one just impossible.
They're starting to set up something in bottom, but Atomic, they know this is a hard dive. Probably not even worth it at all. Armel spotted in mid. Chase coming up. He does get the roll up and the Rolling Thunder off, so he's going to be out of there before the spear connects. No arena
that
for
was
90.
a nice fast play from Neon.Atomic, but they needed to start with the spear arena. That's the way that you kill him. As soon as they knew that some of the TPs have been forced to the bottom lane, and they knew because of the onslaught usage, they went for a fast play. So very fast play from Neon.Atomic, but this time it was actually the execution that was lacking.
I feel like Pango roll-up is a bit busted because
Yeah.
instant. It doesn't even take time to form into a bubble like he does with the Rolling Thunder. As he turns into the rolling form. It does have a cast point, but roll-up is just instant, so you can always dodge the spear if you're fast.
I just think you should put that it does not, you cannot use it when you're rooted, and then it changes. It's just not gonna be that big. You can even return it to 4-second duration as it used to be. Just make sure that if the Pango gets rooted, that he can't just use it like a self Lotus orb every single time.
Yeah. Oh man, Enchantress gonna get caught, but it also gives information where Atomic is standing at the current time. Static Storm has already been thrown down onto the ground for nothing. Armel. Big nuke on Lucify. Forces Atomic away. And that's one ulti, which will open up the top tower for Fnatic to take.
Mars has a blink and they're going for a smoke. They understand they shouldn't give this one for free. And they're getting there in good timing. Gabby, though, that is an awesome position to get a big Wukong's command off.
Yep, and he just broke 2 smokes too. Vision coming out. LSA stunned over the tower. They're going to dive. There's the Rolling Thunder. Wukong's out of the arena. He's going to be placed down. The Wukong's actually never goes off. And that Aegis is going to be blowing up. They got the Laguna Blade to poke onto Armel. The BKB is running out on Lina. Januel, look at this Enchantress. Giga Chat mode on the front line. No care, no fear, no worries about the world. And trades off Hated. Armel diving and forcing them all the way behind the tier 3 towers. Cuts down the tree from Gabby, so he won't get the instant ulti off, and the Boundless Strike still held intact. Seri with a spear. Armel already out of there. The chains onto DJ. DJ in trouble. Can they save the Primal Beast? He is using the Uproar, and he will take a bit of less damage. KP at the front line. Wilcox got beautiful from Gabby! Both JG and the Ember from Scotty down, and Lucify. Nakupu! What a beautiful land there from Gabby. Atomic got a bit frustrated that we're just taking a beating. Can we fight back? Okay, let's go. We got the chains on one guy. Everyone gets excited. And then Gabby turns it around. Seri's gonna go down as well. That's the 4th kill for him. It's not an ultra, but it is a 4 for him.
Yeah, okay. Fnatic just outplayed them so much from start to finish of that fight. Arena comes out, Gabby comes down from the tree. Doesn't matter, he still dies, but he has an Aegis. Jonuel sees the Laguna Blade being used. He goes forward. He knows that he can't die. And Fnatic are constantly going back and forth, baiting Neon.Atomic to come out of their base. Come on, do it. They're diving with heroes that they know have the ability to come out, and the Monkey King is just waiting for his opportunity. He has been doing that for like 15 seconds there, waiting for an opportunity for Neon.Atomic to come out, and the second they do, he's there. Double Bounded Strike and you clean up house. That was just beautiful execution from every single individual coming out from Fnatic, and then the way that they set it up as a team, it is just on another level. So this is a beautiful way. If this is the way that they're gonna be communicating when it comes to the start of the DPC, they're gonna have a good season.
Atomic. They're in shambles after that last fight. A lane of racks down, and another possibility of getting a draw. It's starting to diminish. It's starting to drop. Down to 3% probability. It's better than 2. It's better than 1. But it's not good in any statistic, any standards. It's Fnatic looking for another fight. Atomic holding the triangle position. They're still a bit spread. No Rubik. They might get caught here. Scotty Licious gonna get caught in the stun. Blown up at the start. And Seri has no friends.
Panda, you're a bully. Like, he has no friends. Maybe he'll
They
find
left
some
them.
in the future.
They left them.
Maybe he'll... Okay, he needs better friends. That's probably the right way to put it. But yeah, nothing that Neon.Atomic could do there. Right now with a 14k gold lead, Neon.Atomic, even if they would get a perfect initiation, I don't know if they win a fight. The Monkey King has to die instantly, but I mean, he has a lot of HP, and now the BKB is there as well. I mean, if you're Neon.Atomic, you're going for the plays now. Once Monkey King gets a stat item right now, which is going to be a Scotty, the game ends. At that point, it is over. So it's now or never. You go for those fights in the tier 2. You cannot let it fall.
JG is still too far away from those big hitting items. The Crystallis would be one. The Silver Edge would be even better against the Monkey King. And Rolling Thunder loaded up by Armel. They're going to go. Seri gets the arena down. They're going to cut the Monkey King down for the tree. Does he die before the BKB? It doesn't look like it. He's going to turn it around. Maybe. No, he's going to fall. Hayden is down as well. Buyback from the Disruptor. Ember Spirit dying in the front line. Still gets killed by one of the Impetus Spears. Fnatic's DJ in the front. Already uses BKB. He's going to get glimpsed into the Static Storm from Hayden. Seri is going to get targeted by Armel, but the spear comes out. They're going to force that Pango away. LSA stun connects onto KP. Remember, KP is still unkilled this game and looks like he will keep his life intact for a little bit longer. 4-0-12. 3 heroes down from Atomic. One of them being a dieback. It's just down to JG and Seri.
Okay, now it's officially over. You killed the Monkey King, you got the perfect initiation, you couldn't do it fast enough so that you don't get crushed. You have no more plays.
Now it's just down to 1. Luzify respawning. JG will find the kill on DJ, but General, look at this Enchantress. No fear anymore of the world. Feels like this Ench is stronger than any other hero on the side of Atomic, and that is a support. AG does get the shard off just in time. He's healing up in front of the fountain. Lucify, no lift available. SA Stun is there. And Scotty Lisha slowly burning it down. And KP, his clean sheet is gone.
Yep. I mean, diving the fountain 25 minutes in tends to do that to you sometimes.
Yeah.
That was a nice crit from the Lina. Not gonna be enough. Oh, they can actually turn on the Lina because the Monkey King is back. Gabby was dead, but I think Neon.Atomic got used to that. Okay, JG, nice move into the trees. He should be fine.
Should be fine. Hated wants the D ward.
Hated.
Oh, surprise! Connected on both of them. He's gonna jump the Rubik as well, but BKB, he wanted that kill. Seri moving in. JG, he's got the stun, but already moving into another tree. Bit slow there with the LSA, but it's down to reaction time. You've only got mere seconds to decide what you want to do.
Neon.Atomic didn't even deward their base. They are allowing these wards to persist, and that is pretty much what killed their Disruptor and almost their Rubik as well. And they still don't know, because you could just say, okay, the Monkey King was in the vicinity. It's not like he was really waiting for the Disruptor, but it was the case. I really hope that they take this down, because it just makes it even tougher for them to mount up a fight.
16k lead. Unlosable? Feels like it.
Yeah. At this point it is. Monkey King is gonna have that stats item, and there's no more outer towers for Neon.Atomic to mount up a fight. If they want to fight outside of the base, it has to be with the smoke into an area that's heavily controlled by Fnatic. They go for it right now. Yeah, another award.
But I guess this was expected as well. Now all they need to do is see the first person to pop their smoke. And that's all they need. And KP's already scouting ahead with that Aghanims. He's going to be the one to initiate it on first, and he is silenced. He will die, but the rest of Fnatic now going to be closing up. They need to win this fight, though. Carmel is stuck. Delicious surviving with a BKB, getting to jump away. Seri not going to be as lucky. He is down. The Rubik also getting caught in the pulverize from DJ. And it is the Sproink. Apologize for the voice crack there. To grab the double kill. Now it's my turn.
Now it's your turn. You laughed at me yesterday. You laughed at
and you didn't even laugh at me. But we have Seri buying back Armel. Roll up. Dodges the bonk at least, but the spear never goes through. Armel dead, however.
In that previous fight, Gabby could have killed the Ember Spirit if he went for the pound.
Charge from DJ. He's got pulverized. They could grab the Lina, hold her in place. Enchantress getting rooted up. They just need to get closer to the Lina, and they will. Gabby slapped down with that big bat.
And no more remnants.
Yeah, oh, so many Impetus Spears flying in. Annual, the true carry for Fnatic.
Do you believe in the core Enchantress now?
No. That's still not going to change my mind because, well, I mean, technically, if the support turns into a core, you already got the cores. Then that's what that's the thing that's the thing that I needed. That's the thing that they did not have. It was just enchant stealing damage. So yeah, my PTSDs of the core Enchantress still remain. However, 2-man stolen stun by Luzify. Only to slow them down just a little bit. They're going to continue with the push, and that's going to be Mega Creeps. Gabby looking for Seri and anybody he can actually grab. Dodging the first ability, but this, the arena placed down. No follow-up, no damage. They have all the control they need, but they have no damage to kill this.
None of the spells connected. No spears, no God's Rebukes, no arenas. And that one does connect.
Glimpse does. Glimpse works. Gabby down. Luzify getting charged by DJ. BKB still up for a couple seconds. Scottylicious trying to fight for his life here, but KP and the Birds are being a nuisance here for the Ember Spirit, but JG coming in from the back, still an attempt on a fight if they can hold, but the Enchantress is too strong, he's out of mana. He's gonna buy more mangoes, I think. Yep, he's spamming mangoes into his inventory right now. Pango in front of the fountain, holding roll up, place down, tries to move away from the Lina. Lina will get the kill, and Fnatic, that's the second time they're diving the fountain and losing members, but it's the Enchantress. The raid boss is still there. KP to join in. Oh, Lina almost dies, but the mana runs out once again.
Luckily,
Mullet God. Mullet God without the mana to fight back, and they finally get him. Scottylicious gets himself 800 gold. They see KP. They don't see KP. They miss the dust. He's hiding in the corners, the darkest corners of this dire base.
Usually where the Gravekeepers are. The only reason that the Rubik survived there is because he stole the Gravekeeper's cloak. Not a spell that you can usually steal, but because KP has a shard, it does get stolen by the Rubik, and then he survives the Enchantress because the impetuses don't really do any damage then.
KP tried to ambush the Ember Spirit, but the moment he spawns his birds to get the buff as well from the Silence of the Grave, or Silent as the Grave, he also sees the Ember goes for the Slate of Fists, so could not get a stun to follow up to get the DJ Primal Beast closer. Otherwise, they might have been able to kill him. Hate it though. That's an easy one if the birds could only get past a net that's on the ground, so unable to fly above it. DJ kills him with the charge, own slot, and the Pulverize to follow. Lina has BKB, but she's just gonna walk away.
Rubik has the Pulverize. He's gonna show us the how
magic
strong
hands.
his arms are once again. Yeah, magic hands.
Yeah, gonna have to wait a bit longer for that. Armel Gabby finishing off Roche.
I'm just scared his magic hands are gonna be broken now. Maybe from just one boundless strike from the Monkey King. We did already saw some one shots from the Tusk today onto some Maranas, so Lucify wouldn't be the first one.
Do they have any smokes?
Dyer's middle tower is
Smokes
being
are out of stock, and I don't think anybody's carrying on to one either. Lina has a rapier.
Let's go.
Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. They already scouted her out as well. They see the rapier on Lina, and Januel charging on Ada to the back line. Lucify to fall. Seri getting stunned up. Ember trying to help them out, but Lina's not even getting to right-click anyone. She's so scared for the rapier, she doesn't even get to use it at all. Back to the fountain once again with Laguna Blade, but it's not going to be enough. Bumps the BKB, and there's so many targets focusing on Lina right now. Spear onto KP, pops the shard. And he's going to get hit by that fountain very, very soon. He has a Ghost Scepter. He's immune for the time being. Lina dying. Rapier down. Gabby wants it. Gabby takes it. And his Aegis will pop Seri down. And GG called. But does he get to keep the Rapier, Gabby? Yeah, he bought his own Ghost Scepter.
Jono jumped in like, I'm going to tank it for your for Rapier, but Gabby didn't communicate that he bought the Ghost. Yeah, good rapier, good rapier. He got like 3 hits in that fight, so
yeah,
definitely did a lot more damage than he would have without it. But yeah, Fnatic just on another level in this series. They came to play today. Their drafts were on point. Their execution was on point. Their communication was on point. I mean, with this kind of gameplay, Neon.Atomic and most of the other teams don't have much chance when Fnatic is on this level. So they really came to play today.
They did. Everything worked out as intended in good old Fnatic style. I think all the Fnatic fans are going to be happy with this victory. Neon.Atomic, not much of a challenge for them here, and it is a bit disappointing for Neon.Atomic that the expectations set for this series is like, okay, guys, we're playing against one of the top teams in SCA. If we can take a point here, we're making a statement. Today just was not the day for that.
Yeah, definitely wasn't. Neon.Atomic, they couldn't do it, and Fnatic was a tough opponent, really. If they come to play like this, you can't really hope for much. But it is gonna be a learning point for Neon.Atomic. These are the games that you can watch to see what Fnatic are doing, how they're moving, how they're approaching the fights, that top one in particular. And if you can mimic that somewhat, you will get better.
Well, that is it for the second series. One more to go. I don't think it's going to be anything more than super exciting. It's going to be Spawn versus Geek Fam in about 15 minutes. So stay tuned for the last series of the day here with T-Panda and here to Freak on the commentary.